All right, the PPG case tournament came up out of this weekend, and we have Andres Torres. You guys should know this man. He's a myth, a legend himself. He took it home with the Phantom Knights. Now, I will say that I have not seen a lot of Phantom Knight decks. A lot of players are very aware that this deck is very good in the format, but here we are. We finally have one. So I'm not sure what the number of players were for this event, but you take your wins where you can get them Phantom Knights. So remember, Phantom Knights just did get these cool power-ups. As you can see, we're playing, 4 new cards? You're playing 1 Stained Greaves and 4 Tornscale as the only additions. Everything else is from previous sets in the main deck. Extra deck down here, you need to get a Zeus, and that's it. All right, so 5 new cards out of stuff that you probably already had. Unfortunately, these are like 25 apiece, 24 apiece, and this is like 48, so not the cheapest pickups in the world. I love value. So, how work? We have triple copies of Astral Blossom and Joy Spring, 1 copy of the Dragon Destruction Buster Luck, the opponent's extra deck sword. I hate this card so much. 1 Edge Up Sandburst, so this is going to be your generic recursion, being able to just stack on the top of the deck to revive. Very, very easy stuff. Triple copies of Nibiru, but of course. 2 copies of the Psychic Wielder, so as long as you control level 3 monster other than Wielder, you get to special summon this card. Alright, an extender. Everything Phantom Knight related is, in fact, level 3, level 3, level 3. You get what we're getting at here. We have 1 Sangan. Actually, this is kind of cute. Being able to turn this into pretty much anything that you want is really nice. 1 Talcum Tumborg and the 1 Terror Top additional special summon extenders, also for that rank 3 access. Triple copies of the Ancient Cloak, 1 copy of Ragged Gloves, triple copies of Mr. Silent Boots, with the 1 copy of the new Stained Greaves. So Stained Greaves, you have a Phantom Knight monsters is special summon to your field, except during damage typing, special summon this card from your hand. Then you can increase the level of this card by 1. We can banish the Scarf from our gallery, special summon 1 Phantom Knight's monster from our hand. Then you can increase the level of its level by 1. Alright, so you have I special summoned. Alright, let's go ahead and bump that level up. And then you get another special summon extender from the hand. Mr. Torn Scales here, you can discard a card, send a Phantom Knight's card from your deck to the graveyard. I'll take that. That's really good. If another Phantom Knight's card is in your graveyard, is banished while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card. Hey, you guys noticed this, right? They're all extenders. It's probably my favorite part about this whole deck. We have triple copies of Tour Guide, with triple copies of Cosmic Cyclone, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Rhoda, with triple copies of Infinite Permanence, triple copies of Fogblade, with 1 Wings. This is actually kind of cool. I guess having additional names in the deck is nice. Also being able to protect something once on a chainable card is really nice. Then we have the 1 Shade Brigadine for, extending purposes. Extra deck, we have the 1 Union Carrier, the 1 Rusty Bardiche, 1 Unicorn with 1 Phoenix, 1 IP, 1 copy of Cherubini for dumping, 1 Boral Sword, 1 Barricade Borg Blocker, 1 Access Code, 1 Time Thief Redoer, still probably one of the best consistent cards in the game. 2 copies of Break Sword with 1 Leviair, 1 Nightmare, and 1 copy of the AA Zeus Machine. Side deck here, we had 2 Lancium, 1 Pankratops. There's the Triple Token Collector. I love how this card has just been the hard carry staple for this format. Every deck plays this, if it can. We have triple copies of Droplets with 1 Feather Duster, triple copies of Twin Twister, and then 2 copies of Twin Twister. Or, excuse me, 2 copies of Torrential Tribute. We've been seeing a lot of Torrential in a lot of decks as main deck options, side deck options as well. This card really finding its place in the format is actually really cool. I didn't actually think that we would start to see Torrential coming back into this, but with less back row being prevalent at this point, and I mean, this whole deck's reward system coming off of the graveyard, what do you have to lose? All right, just being able to detonate back row, climb back up ladders, easy stuff. All right, so very interesting tech choice. Outside of that, this is very basic for a rank 3 access toolbox. You have access to pretty much everything, Zeus being a good card for what you want. And, I mean, hey, Rusty with double Fogblade is pretty fierce. It's like a tier 2 deck. So don't underestimate that. That's pretty cool. Next up for everybody today, I really wish I could be like, oh, yay! This was Hunter Lloyd's top 8 list. Now, it's still Infernoble night. The cool thing about this is it's 47 cards. That's kind of spicy. I also see that we have more love down here from my boy Dracossack. Been a little while since I've seen that. Outside of this, this deck still does what it's been doing all format. Smoke grenade. Better discard some cards from your hand. Outside of that, there's nothing too crazy spicy about this. So we have 1 Armageddon Knight, 2 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, 1 Deskbot 01. Hey, we're still doing the shenanigans. I really do enjoy reviving this off of the Auroradon play. 2 copies of the Fireflint Lady, 1 copy of Immortal Gearfried, 2 copies of Renault, 1 copy of my boy Ogier, 2 copies of Oliver, 1 copy of Coldwing, triple copies of Neospace Connector with a 1 Aqua Dolphin, 1 Blixbitter, triple copies of Gamma, 1 copy of Gemba, with 2 copies of the Red Layer and 1 copy of the Cyframe Driver. Spells? Yeah, basic stuff here. Triple Durandal, 1 Called By, triple DDR. I hate this card, it's so good. 1 copy Phoenix Blade, triple Droplet, 2 copies of Heritage, 2 copies of Living Fossil, with 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Rhoda, 1 Smoke Grenade, 1 Talents, and triple copies of Imperm, wrapping up your main deck. Extra deck down here looks pretty basic. We have 1 Auroradon, 1 Link Cross, 2 copies of Isolde, 1 Halifibrax, 1 Dracossack, 1 Tatsunoko with 1 Omega, 2 copies of Power Tool, 1 Martial Metal, 1 Charles, 1 copy of Roland, 1 Herald, and 1 copy of the Borreload Savage. Side deck, triple Alpha, yep, card is still a staple. I do want to say that while a lot of people might not be aiming to play this, getting the free special summon off of this and then start disrupting the opponent's power plays is really good. Triple copies of Nibiru, but of course, triple copies of Dark Rule and No More for board breaking, 1 Feather Duster, 2 Twin Twister, and triple copies of Evenly Matched, wrapping up Infernoble. And like I said, seeing more basic stuff with this and like the little spice that you can add in, it is really nice. There's so many cool things that you can do with this deck. More toolboxing options are always a good thing. And then last but not least here, it's my boy Dinosaurs. This is Victor Mercado's top 4 list. Who doesn't love the prehistoric friends? I don't. We have 2 copies of the Animadored Archazor, 2 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, triple copies of Little Baby Sarasaurus, 1 Pinkertops. Still love the fact that you can bring this out. We have 2 copies of Doggeron, 1 Giant Rex, 1 Dragailio, triple copies of Miscellaneous Sarasaurus, with 2 Giant Space Rocks, 1 Overtex, been a little while since I've seen this, 1 Pterodon, triple Gamma with triple Overraptor, 2 Conductor with 1 Driver. Then we have 2 copies of Double Evolution Pill, 1 Foolish Barrel, 2 Forbidden Droplet, triple copies of Fossil Dig, triple copies of Lost World with 1 Terraforming, and 2 copies of Imperm, wrapping up the main deck. Extra deck, we have Triss Bonding. I have not seen that in a while. 1 Secure Gardena, 1 Lambda, 1 Pentastag, 1 Link Karibo, 1 Unicorn with 1 Phoenix, with 1 Cerberus, 1 Access Code, 1 Tornado, 1 copy of Dugress, 1 Nagia, 1 Dolka, 1 Casto, and 1 Chambara, actually. Side deck here, we have 2 Lancia, 1 Token Collector, 1 Token Collector, remember that. 2 copies of Dark Rule No More, 1 Feather Duster, 2 copies of Lightning Storm, 2 Talents, triple D Barrier, 1 Imperial Order, and 1 Red Reboot, wrapping up this chunk of deck profiles for everybody. I'm actually very surprised that we got the chance to see Phantom Knights actually doing something. I figured we'd have to wait until the ceiling on the format lowers a little bit before we would get the chance to see that. Outside of that, Infernoble is still a very, very standard deck. Dinosaurs also still a very, very standard pick as well. And until we head on into a ban list here or some change to the format, things are very basic right now. And I mean, I guess it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's not as thrilling. So we'll have to wait and see what changes are coming. So guys, what do you think? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about these lists, and I'll see your beautiful faces later on in the day. Have a good day, guys. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCall40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCall40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcallgames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.